Thank you for coming to save U.S. taxes legally. We're going to start off with 3 simple questions. Number 1, do you want to leave a legacy for future generations? Number 2, do you want to save taxes year after year, generations after generations? Number 3, do you want to learn the secret of the rich? Imagine saving 4, 5, 6 figures in taxes every year. You can use this money to put back into your investments, put back into your business, pay off your mortgage, buy a new car, take your family on vacation, give to a charity, or save for retirement. Imagine all lawsuits become frivolous and go away. Think of how much time, money, worry, anxiety go away with it. Imagine nobody knowing what you own, how much you own, where you own it, and what you do with it. Welcome. My name is Sally Gimmon. I'm the owner of thetrustisyou.com and a free class on the Great Discovery. It's my name, www.sallygimmon.com. I want to teach this. I believe that every business owner, franchisee owner, entrepreneur, 1099 income earner, and U.S. investor needs to know this information. I believe it's my duty, since I learned the secret of the rich, I need to teach others how they too can save taxes. And I believe the playing field must be leveled for all the sizes of businesses. The Amazons of the world get free land in New York. My brother's brewery does not. Now, the Spendthrift Trust is going to save you in 4 very important ways. Listen up. Number 1, you're going to save taxes year after year, generation after generation. Number 2, you're going to keep your information completely private. There is a false rumor out there that your LLC, S Corp, or C Corp does this for you. No, unfortunately it does not. Anyone can go online at 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon to the Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission and research LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps. Do you realize 40% of those companies get sued every single year? Number 3, all lawsuits become frivolous. Your assets are in the trust. It's a titanium vault, and nobody can get a hold of them. And number 4, if you have the Spendthrift Trust, any of the 5 Spendthrift Trusts, you're exempt from doing the paperwork for the Corporate Transparency Act. Please, if you don't know about the Corporate Transparency Act and don't have the trust, do the paperwork. You have until December 31st, 2024 to do the paperwork, or be fined $10,000 and or 2 years in jail. This is coming from the Treasury Department, not from the IRS. Everybody needs to know about that. Now, let's try. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how come my financial advisor has not told me about this? Why hasn't my CPA told me about this? Those are good questions. There are over 1 million attorneys in the United States. Only 4% of them are trust attorneys. And this is what trust attorneys study in school. A textbook that trust attorneys study is called Scott and Asher on Trust, 5th edition. It's also in the Black's Law Dictionary. To give you a little bit of history, the trust came about back in 1534 when King Henry VIII, that king who chopped off his wives' heads, started the Church of England. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England, and they went further back in history to the Magna Carta in the 13th century. They said, no, King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It is contract law that came to the colonies while we were still part of England. Now, there are 5 elements to the trust that you must know about. That I'm going to go over each one individually. It's irrevocable, complex, discretionary, non-grantor, spendthrift trust. Irrevocable. This goes from generation to generation. The Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust is 7 generations old. It has almost 400 people under the same EIN or employee identification number. It can go the law firm I work on behalf of, inherited trust, that turned 350 years old in 2023. Irrevocable, complex. This trust holds money from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, decade to decade, century to century. My mom and dad and Susie Orman talk about family trust. 97% of all trusts sold in the United States currently or the family trust. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing it does is avoid probate and then dissolves. All the assets get split up among the beneficiaries. This is not your mom and dad's trust. This trust is what the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, the Ed Kennedys, and US presidents have. Irrevocable, complex, discretionary. Whoever is the trustee or trustees can make the rules for all the beneficiaries while they're alive and while they're dead. There's no contesting the will in court. Two of my clients, husband and wife, have 4 apartment buildings in Los Angeles area. Their 32-year-old daughter lives rent-free in one of the apartments, and they're requiring her to do 4 random drug tests a month to stay there. She actually took her parents to federal court to say this was unconstitutional. The judge looked at the paperwork and he said, you've got 2 options. Option A, pass the drug test, or option B, move out and start paying your own rent. I wouldn't want to be a fly at their Thanksgiving dinner. I wouldn't want to be a fly on their wall at their Thanksgiving dinner. Irrevocable, complex, discretionary, non-grantor. This also changes from the family trust. The family trust, what my parents had, for both my mom and dad, when my father passed away, the trust dissolved. When you start the Spendthrift Trust, you're going to have someone who is not a beneficiary and not a trustee become the non-grantor or the settler. This is not a speed bump. Either I can do this for you, or someone at the law firm can do it for you for free of charge. You will need their social security number. They will sign up to be the non-grantor, the settler. They will also be the trustee for 5 minutes and then sign themselves away. When I started both my business and beneficial trusts, I used a family friend, Roy, who was 87 years old, to be my non-grantor. He had signed his name 17 times and he had arthritis in his hands. Not a good choice on my part. So, irrevocable, complex, discretionary, non-grantor, spendthrift. The 5th element, spendthrift, has been in front of the United States Supreme Court on 2 separate occasions, and both times it's been favored. You can't get more legal than this. Now, Paul Benson was a Harvard law professor 76 years ago when he wrote 5 very specific trusts. You're not tax-free. You're saving specific taxes. In 76 years, not a single trust has ever been audited. One trust was examined by a senior IRS agent back in 2018. He spent 5 hours going over the trust, came out of the, he was at the law offices, he came out and he approved the trust. Now, the 5 trusts, and I'm going to go over the 2 main ones I talk about. The first one's the business trust, the beneficial trust, the charitable trust, the senior trust, and the mineral trust. The business trust is for U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, franchisee owners, 1099 income earners. You will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes yearly, and in 43 states no longer pay state income taxes. The beneficial trust is for all investors. I don't care what kind of investing you're doing, you're going to save the following 5 taxes. Whoops, sorry. I'm on the wrong page. Go down, go down. So this is the tax brackets. There's 7 different tax brackets, 4 ways to file your taxes. And then this is for the beneficial trust. The 5 taxes it saves are short-term and long-term capital gains, interest income taxes, dividend income taxes, rental income taxes, and royalty income taxes. There is past legislation, happened in November of 2021. 2 major bills went through Congress. One was a transportation bill, and one was a catch-all bill. The second bill, the catch-all bill, on lines 21 and 22 say that if you're making more than $300,000, your capital gains will be 40%. Doesn't matter if it's short-term or long-term. If you have the Spendthrift Trust, it doesn't matter at all. So, since we're going to be spending some time together, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. October 2018 was a watershed month for me. I was working as a Medicare broker in Phoenix, Arizona, and 3 major things happened. My oldest nephew was getting married October 28th in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you know anything about Medicare, open enrollment is from October 7th to December 5th. I requested the Friday before the wedding and the Monday after the wedding to have off. I had time saved up and I was denied. 3 days after that, I'm driving to work 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm living in Phoenix. I'm on Indian School Road. I'm the second car through on a green light. Some bozo runs the red light, hits me on my passenger side. Thank God I wasn't injured, but totaled my car. He had no insurance. I'm $8,000 upside down on my car and had to get a second car. If you know anything about Phoenix, they have very poor public transportation. All of a sudden, I'm eating ramen noodles twice a week, just like I did in college. Not what I was thinking I was going to do. The third thing that happened, my mom and dad, who lived in Goodyear, Arizona, 25 miles west of Phoenix, drove to Charlotte for the wedding. On Thursday before the wedding, my dad called me to say my mom's in the emergency room. He's not sure what's wrong, but he will keep me informed. I worked Friday before the wedding till 8 o'clock at night, drove myself to Sky Harbor Airport, took a red eye from Phoenix, Arizona to Charlotte, North Carolina. Family tradition, there's nothing to eat where you meet people, so we go out to IHOP for breakfast. Then we drove to the hospital to see my mom. We walked in, and the priest was giving my mom last rites. My world stopped moving. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I go to this fantastic family wedding, friends and family from all over the world, incredible time. Next day, on Sunday, my sister-in-law has a big buffet reception for everyone. Eat some food, go to the hospital, see my mom, flew back to Phoenix because I had to be at work 6 o'clock Monday morning. So my mom ended up having septic of the blood. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital for 15 months. My dad stayed with my mom in Charlotte for 9 months until she got strong enough to come back to Phoenix. They had planned to be gone for only 2 weeks. I was going out to their house every weekend to do the mail to send to my dad what he needed. First week of December, there was a letter 27 pages thick. When I opened it up, it was my mom's Medicare statement for her first month, for being in the emergency room and for being on a ventilator for 30 days. The bill was $72,000. Thank God my dad was a retired military officer. They had TRICARE for life. I'm standing in my mom and dad's kitchen knowing I have a mortgage, I have 2 car loans, I have an $8,000 deductible for my health insurance. Thank God I wasn't injured in the car accident. I have student loans because I went to graduate school. I have credit card debt, and I'm not liking my job. So right then and there, in my mom and dad's kitchen, I called my friend Glenn, who had invited me to a real estate meeting in late August. I told him I'd put things on hold while it was open enrollment. I called Glenn and I literally said to him, I need to change my life. He says, hey, Sally, next Saturday, we're having a Christmas potluck dinner. Bring a $5 gift and some food and meet my fellow real estate investors. I don't know about y'all, but going to a party where you don't know anybody, a little bit scary. Even my boyfriend refused to go with me. I went, and it was the best decision I could have made. It has changed my life only for the better. In 2019, still working full-time as a Medicare broker, I wholesaled 7 properties nationwide and paid off $184,000 in debt. Woohoo! Completely debt-free. Everything's paid for. I'm a rock star in my real estate group. I knew about capital gains, and I had $50,000 sitting in my bank account to pay for my capital gains. Now, fast forward to April 4th of 2020. I don't know if my CPA was being facetious or if he was really happy for me. He called me and he said, congratulations, Sally. Your tax bracket went from 22% to 24%. And I'm like, uh-oh. And he's just like, I need you to make an appointment. He's in Scottsdale. I'm in Phoenix. If you know geography, Scottsdale's east of Phoenix. I drove out there for a late appointment. He set me up on a payment plan using the $50,000 on the payment plan for 12 months. I signed the paperwork. I got my parking validated. I go down the elevator to the parking garage, and I cried for 20 minutes. Where the heck am I going to get $29,000? Remember, April 4th, 2020 is the start of COVID. On April 1st, 3 of my properties didn't pay me. Half of my income went out, didn't show up. I'm driving home from Scottsdale back to Phoenix into the sunset, tears running down my face. Now, my mom, who's Irish, her great aunt Kitty in Ireland always said, sleep on it. A great book that y'all should read is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, because it's true. You can use your subconscious mind for anything. I wake up the next morning going, I have to find this article. I read an article on the Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust. It's called The Office. Like I said, it's been around for 7 generations and almost 400 people under the same EIN number. If the Rockefellers can save taxes, Sally Gibbon can save taxes, and now you can save taxes. I spent 5 months researching this. In the September of 2020, I started both my business and my beneficial Spendthrift Trust. And I started teaching. I was the first female mastermind in my real estate group. I'm very proud of that fact. So, getting into this, oops, we've seen this page. Getting into this is my first property. I had bought it in July of 2020. It didn't go to auction until August 28th of 2021 because of COVID restrictions. So I had enough time to do two simple bill of sales. One bill of sale from my LLC to me, and then a second bill of sale from me to my trust. I drove to the bank. I got them notarized. I happened to have $10 in my wallet. I handed it to the banker. He made a notation, handed it back to me. So consideration was made. I drive back home with the two bill of sales that are notarized. I scan them and send them to the attorney in Raleigh. I'm in Phoenix, the attorney's in Raleigh. Next day, the attorney in Raleigh asked for my first page of my trust, sent it to him. And when it went to auction, August 28th of 2021, it went from $50,000 up to $64,326. Woohoo! Sally made $44,326 without lifting a hammer. My kind of real estate. More importantly, at 24%, I got to save $10,368 in short-term capital gains. I turned around and put it into more real estate. Since September of 2020, I've done 28 wholesale deals. I have 12 notes. I have 3 rental properties and 3 seller financing properties. I'm not paying taxes on any of that. Now, the business trust is for U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, franchisee owners, and 1099 income earners. You will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes, and in 43 states, no longer pay state income taxes. Now, I'm not trying to crow, but in 2022 and 2023, I saved 92% on my federal income taxes. I was pleased to pay only 8% and did not pay North Carolina state income taxes. The mechanics in New Jersey, the salon owner in school is in Los Angeles. The Shopify owner sells earrings. She's in Los Angeles too. Home inspection company in Ohio, a real estate broker in Illinois, a dentist in California, the HVAC owner in Georgia, a real estate agent. This is one house, August of 2023. That she got to save $5,022 on that one house. I know personally, she said she has sold at least 6 more houses since then. It's been a year. A business coach, a chiropractor in New York, a gentleman with 2 sub shops. What he did with his $40,000, he opened up a third one. An Amazon store owner selling dog chew toys, commercial lighting in Illinois, and a paid speaker. This is one of my favorite stories. When you sell your business, you will pay either 15% or 20% currently on your profits. In December of 2023, I got a message on TikTok saying an adult child saying his parents were going to sell a 42-year-old restaurant in Kentucky. Jim and his 2 brothers built this restaurant. They're selling it for everything in it, as is, the food, the cutlery, the menus, everything else for $3 million. We got Jim and his wife Ann on a Zoom, and I explained to them at 15%, they would owe $450,000 April 15th of 2024. And at 20%, they would owe $600,000 on April 15th, 2024. He was working with a business broker. His name is Sam. We had to contact him to change the paperwork. Sam's like, whoa, what do you mean I could be saving federal income taxes? He started a business trust. Sam told the gentleman who was buying the family restaurant, it was going to be his 7th restaurant, about the business trust. That gentleman also bought a business trust, and Sam made a commission off of that. I do have a JV agreement that I work with. You tell somebody and they buy your trust, you do get paid on that. This is another example. This was March of 2023. I had taken my friend Ingrid door knocking. It was a cold, blustery day in North Carolina. We showed up at our favorite New York style pizzeria. Got a white New York style pizza. Don't know if you ever had one. It's excellent. We sat there, we chatted for about 2 hours. As we got up to leave, Mario, the owner, asked for my business card. A week later, I met Mario and Marianne, his wife. They were just doing their 2022 taxes. They knew between the two locations, they were making $15,000 per month or $180,000 per year. They filed jointly at 22% tax rate. Their taxes, federal taxes, $30,215 at 90%. They also would save $27,193 plus North Carolina state income taxes for a grand total of $34,903. They didn't pay off their mortgage. They didn't buy a new car. They didn't take the family on vacation. They didn't give to a charity or save for retirement. With their savings from 2023 and 2024, they opened a third location. In 2025, they're going to open a fourth location. When they retire in 3036, they're leaving 2 pizzerias to one child and 2 pizzerias to another child, though there'll be no inheritance tax. And then the grown adult children will also save federal and state income taxes. Now, every trust I sell, I give a donation to my mom's in my mom's name to St. Mary's Food Bank, the oldest food bank in the United States. I can palm a basketball. My mom's fingers were longer than mine. She was 5'2", but wore size 9 shoes. I'm 5'9". My younger brother's 6'3". My grandfather died in Ireland, December of 1939, and she grew up food insecure. Now, if you're trying to reach me, you can always set up a meeting with me at www.thetrustisyou.com, scheduling, or you can go out to see my free class on the Great Discovery at www.sallygimmon.com. Again, my goal is to help as many U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, franchisee owners, 1099 income earners, and U.S. investors save taxes. There are 2 separate trusts. The business trust is for U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, 1099 income earners. The beneficial trust is for all investors. Thank you for coming to my show today. I hope you learned something new. If you would like to set up an appointment with me to see how much you can save in taxes, please do so. Have a wonderful week. Take care.